Hey everyone, and welcome to Demon's Souls. This is a series I've been really wanting to do for a long time, but I just wasn't quite happy with playing it on original hardware, on the PS3 version. As you can see from the bottom, this actually originally came out in 2009, so on the PS3 version, it outputs at 720p, and its max frame rate is 30 FPS. But I knew that PC emulation for Demon's Souls in particular was coming along really well, so I figured I'd hold off. About a month ago, I upgraded parts to my PC, so I now have a very, very good CPU, which means I can now emulate really well. So not only can I now play Demon's Souls on my PC using like the original specs, like I could play 720p 30 if I wanted, you can actually upscale it to be 1080p, and there's also a patch for the emulator that lets you output it at 60 FPS as well. So I've got both of those on here. So it's going to look basically just like Dark Souls now, which is great. You do need a very beefy CPU to be able to play this at any sort of stable frame rate. On my old PC, I could play the tutorial pretty solidly at about 30 FPS, 720p, but then the first area of the game, it would just drop to about 20 FPS, and it was quite slow and laggy. So just before I get into the series, I would be very interested to know how many people have actually played Demon's Souls. Please let me know in the comments below if you've played it yourself. Maybe you've watched a stream of it, maybe you've watched a full Let's Play of it, or you haven't seen any of Demon's Souls at all. Let me know, I'd be quite interested. I'm assuming the majority of people haven't actually played it for themselves, so I'm going to treat this like how I treat all my first Souls series, leaving all the cutscenes, leaving all the dialogue, be quite a lore-heavy playthrough, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been really looking forward to this. Let's do a new game in Demon's Souls. So here's the character creation. It's quite simple compared to the later ones, especially Dark Souls 3. Our classes, got Soldier, Knight, Hunter, Priest, all the usual ones. The build I'm going for, I think, is probably Wanderer. I'm going for a very high dex build, so we want to look for high dex. I think Wanderer has the highest. Wanderer it is. I know you're probably expecting a mage build. Mage build is super OP in Demon's Souls, but I had more fun with this dex build, so I wanted to recreate this one. Our origins, you can come from west, east, south, and north. Let's go north and just random him a little bit. I should have kept that first one. That looks okay. It's quite it's quite difficult to get a good looking character in Demon's Souls. They all just look a little bit like your half egg, half potato, kind of like his eyes. They're okay. We'll make him very manly. Ooh, that's too manly. There we go, slightly more manly potato egg. Look at that nose, that is quite the nose. Not a ton of hair options. I think we'll probably go for ponytail. There's not much. Yeah, ponytail's good. And colors, we don't have very many. There we go, nice blonde. He looks quite cool. And you can go for details as well. You can make the eyes look pretty funky with some of these. There you go, make it a little bit more grey. That's kind of cool. But he also looks a little bit dead. That's fine, make it a bit light. Ah, that's good. Don't want to spend too long on him. What are we going to call him? I'm thinking. He's got quite the shonk on him. Kind of feeling like Beak Boy. Maybe he's like part bird man. Beak Boy. That's perfect. Goes with the theme of all my Dark Souls characters having fairly dumb names. My first Demon's Souls character was a mage. I called him Glammed Ralph. Just because it sounded funny. That's it. Let's go. Beak Boy, the Wanderer. Here we go.
King Alant XII, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valorfax of the royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had aroused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber. and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls also lose their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valorfax spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force. And the power of a mature demon's soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors were drawn to the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Sage Urbane, Skurver the Wanderer, the Sixth Saint Astraya and her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
That's me, that's Beak Boy. Am I the savior, or am I the demon slave? That just tells you straight up, hey, at the end of the game you have a choice. Do you want a good ending or a bad ending? The first time you play through, you have to do the tutorial. After that, you get this choice here. Do you want to play the tutorial? I quite like it because it gives you sort of a tutorial boss that's actually fairly difficult. But if you beat him, you get a bunch of souls and upgrade materials. So I always like to do it. It doesn't take very long to get to him, and it's a fun little challenge. So I'm going to give it a go.
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you. So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
And here we are in the tutorial. Oh, so smooth, so beautiful, so HD. Obviously because this is emulated and it's also like sort of modded, there's going to be issues. In the cutscene, you might have seen that when he first appeared, he was sort of like a little bit juddery. That also happened on the Prepare to Die edition of Dark Souls, when it was modded to run at 60 FPS. Just happens in the cutscenes, not a big deal at all. You might also hear occasional audio pops when I pick up items. Sometimes it makes like a little bit of a weird sound. Nothing major at all. Everything else still sounds great. And the other issue is with lighting. Not for the most part, it's all fine, but when there's the sun and bloom effects are on the screen, for some reason on the emulator it's just like magnified by like 1,000. You'll see what I mean later on. There are mods to fix things. I didn't have much luck installing mods. I have one mod on to make the UI look a little bit prettier at high res, and also to have a high res font. There were like graphics mods, things to get rid of the bloom, but they either made the loading screens way too long, or they just crashed my game. So really don't have much going on here. There's going to be a lot to talk about, I think, in Demon Souls compared to Dark Souls. But you can see already, fairly similar. Something a bit different though is, top left, we've got magic, just like Dark Souls 3. I don't know why they took it out for Dark Souls actually, because I really like that system. Makes mage builds a lot more fun. pretty strong already. There's still backstabs. There we go. Beautiful. Very wobbly. I guess I could talk about the healing items. There's no Estus flasks or anything like that. It acts a bit more like Bloodborne, where you can pick up all these different types of grasses, and they heal parts of your health. So if I go to here, recover a small amount to use HP. And you get just different kinds of moongrass later on. So it does mean, if you're struggling with a boss, you really can just like farm these items so you go into a boss fight with like 99 healing items. So that is pretty nice. Not going to bother killing these guys, because we can just run to the teleporter here. Yes. Oh no. Warp me. You see they give like no souls, so it's not worth killing them. Very much tutorials here. But pretty decent loading times, despite having been a little bit modded. Oh, now we get real enemies. Oops, that was my kick attack. I don't even know what I have, just like a curved sword or something. I have a falchion. I have a dagger as well, I'm gonna take that off. Falchion. Don't have a hat or gloves. That's fine. You'll also notice that compared to Dark Souls, there's not many different types of equipment. Not a ton of armor, not a ton of weapons. So you're a little bit limited. Very interested if they'll change that in the remake. He usually drops something, right? No. Thought the Special Knights usually dropped better healing items. I can't even like stun him there. Come on, buddy. There we go. No healing items. Fine. Don't really need them. Half Moongrass, that's the next one. Just like original Prepare to Die Dark Souls, new items you pick up automatically get added to your quick slots. So I really do not need that there. I'm gonna pop that on there. Usually just fill it up with like 4 healing items and something else I might need, like a buff. We'll get there. Just kill him before he attacks. I don't think the souls get added though. They do not. He dropped healing? It's also like sort of worth doing the tutorial just to get some more healing as well. There should be just one guy up here. 2 guys. He doesn't even want to attack. And here's the boss, just past here. More moongrass. Just up those stairs is the boss. Man, imagine, like, this boss is fairly easy now. Having said that, he can still pretty much, I think he one-shots this character if you get hit. And like at the time, he must have been pretty terrifying. I'm gonna heal up, but I think he will kill me. Let's have a look. I want to give it a go. Oh, he didn't one-shot me. Use that half moongrass there. I also do not do much damage to him. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit of a long fight. And he will do an attack very soon that other Dark Souls fans will be very familiar with. There it is. It's the same attack that Asylum Demon does. You'll see a lot of stuff in this game that was kind of repeated in Dark Souls. Especially sound effects, I found. Posted a few of them on Twitter before. Oh, he's floating off. Also, the soundtrack sounds a little outdated, I guess. I quite like it. I think it's a really good soundtrack. There's some really good songs in it. Like, one of the later bosses is really standout. Fuck, that did hit me. These do not heal a lot. There we go. Just don't want to die here. Just do the float attacks, you son of a bitch. Thank you, there we go, we did it. First try. Yay. Sweet, and then touching this Archstone will give us his soul. Great Demon Soul. Then we can use this to move along. Get some extra souls as well. Not that you need them at the start. But the developers did assume that most people would die on that boss. And just in case you made it past that boss, you come to the Dragon God. Who's this fella? But like I said, you are rewarded with some healing items and consumable souls. So I think it's very worth trying it. Does not take very long to get there. Look at all these sweet items they gave me. Full moon grasses, those are great. Like, we're at 4 of those. Chart of Hearthstone, upgradable stuff. Sharpstone, upgrade. Consumable soul. Consumable soul. Consumable soul. Make sure we haven't missed anything. Nope, we're good. So yeah, if you made it past the boss that you would usually die at, you come face the Dragon God. Who just punches you and instantly kills you. Because you're supposed to start the game dead, basically.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 Archstones will connect them to another.
There we go. We've died and Nexus trapped her soul, cannot escape the Nexus. Great. By capturing demon souls, you can reclaim your physical body. Nice, your binding, that's the dark sign. Drops all your souls, but brings you back here. If you look in the top left, you can see my health is now halved. I'm now in soul form, which is what happens when you die. Before I was in body form, so I had full health. But this is soul form. It's a little bit like Dark Souls 2, where you do lose health for being hollowed in soul form, but it doesn't go down. Like, the more you die, my health's always going to stay like this. There's items you can use to go back to body form, and killing a boss turns you back to body form as well. It's really not the end of the world. But this is the Nexus. It's massive. It's the Firelink Shrine area. We've got a lot of people to talk to. Let's start with Thomas.
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the Scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here, in the Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
So there's a mechanic in this called item burden, which is different from Equip Burden. Equip Burden works the same, where you fast roll if you're below a certain percentage. Item Burden, you can only carry a certain amount of items, of all kinds of items, and if you max it, you can no longer pick up new items. So you can actually lose important armor, weapons, key items, if you are maxed on your item burden. So it is very important to come back to the Nexus every once in a while and give Stockpile Thomas your stuff. I don't need these right now. Souls don't take up anything, so they're safe. Let's get rid of all of these, because they take up a bit. Get rid of the dagger, we're not going to use that. And that's it, we're good. We're as low as we can be right now.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Thomas.
Best of luck to you.
Great. Here's a blacksmith. Might as well talk to him a little bit.
You new here? Do you hear from my services? My name's Baldwin. Just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, huh?
Can I actually upgrade this thing? Huh, I actually can. That is very much worth just getting that to +1. So I'm going to replace it very quickly. Wow, that uses all my souls. Worth it, holy crap. Doesn't need to be repaired. Sweet, yeah, I'm going to replace it quickly, but we have to do the whole first area with this weapon. So, not bad. Thanks, fella. If we go over this way, we've got... Oh, we don't have him yet. This is where the mages will be. And over on the other side is where the priests will be. I guess they're not here yet. I don't want to talk to them just yet anyway, because I don't want this whole, like, first couple of episodes to be just talking to people. But this guy is very much worth talking to. He might look a little bit familiar. He's like the crestfallen knight archetype that's in all the Dark Souls games.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
It's worth talking to him every time you kill a boss. His dialogue changes a fair bit. These are the Archstones. This is how we get around. If you've played Bloodborne, Demon Souls might be a little bit more familiar. This is the Archstone of the Small King. Takes us to the Boletarian Palace area. We can't actually do any of the other areas yet. You have to do the first level of the palace first. But here you can see the broken Archstone. That was supposed to be the Land of Giants. It was supposed to be the 6th area. But it was... I guess they ran out of time or budget, so they had to cut it. You can find like enemy concepts in the data files. And I think part of the map is still there. You just can't play it in-game.